All right, Nick, let's talk about the New York Jets. There's been so much news around the Jets lately. Is Rodgers coming? Is he staying? What is the compensation going to be like? Everyone needs these details to get hammered out because I think people are maybe starting to worry a little bit, but there's one person in particular I think people need to hear out, and they are not worrying. And I think this is going to be comforting and big news for the Jets fans.
Yeah, Miles, I agree with you. This could be really great news for Jets fans, as you alluded to. They're waiting for the Aaron Rodgers saga to hopefully be resolved in their favor. And as they're waiting for it, though, we want to hear from Jets fans in the comment section below. Outside of what happens with Aaron Rodgers, there's been a lot of quality moves, a lot of really smart moves this Jets front office has made so far this offseason to really bolster this roster looking forward to 2023. And that's why we want to hear from you guys. Give us your grade of the Jets offseason. We're not going to talk about the Aaron Rodgers part yet. Just focus on everything but Aaron Rodgers. Give us your grade to this point of the Jets and free agency, whether it's an A+ or D- or somewhere in between. We want to hear from you guys because you guys know more than anyone. You're the Jets fans. You're the guys plugged into the nitty-gritty of this team. That's why we want to hear your grades, your comments in the comment section below. All right, Miles, what you got? What's going on in New York?
Yeah, Nick, so we all know that Aaron Rodgers is eyeing coming to the Jets. I'm not going to say it's happening yet because it hasn't happened. You don't count your chickens until they hatch. But all things point to him coming. But it might make you a little bit worried that things haven't quite been ironed out yet. But someone very important to the Rodgers and the Jets is none other than Alan Lazard, and he spoke publicly today about why he signed with the Jets and why he is not worried, Nick. It says, Alan Lazard told TMZ reporters quarterback Aaron Rodgers, his former teammate, was a big reason why Lazard did make the jump to New York. And Lazard also said he is confident that Rodgers will be joining him in New York in 2023 before the season kicks off. He says, there are no worries on my end, especially knowing Aaron has his full-on commitment to being a New York Jet this year. So Lazard knows he is 100% confident this deal is going to get done. There might be some red tape between the two organizations trying to get the most out of the deal, which, I mean, that's what any respectable organization would do, and these are both respectable organizations we're talking about. So I don't think anyone should be worried, and Alan Lazard for sure isn't worried. But Nick, what do you think about Lazard's comments here?
Yeah, so I think he's right on the money. I think Jets fans should feel right to be, it's not a big deal. Aaron Rodgers will be coming to New York, and here's why. Any business organization, especially when you're dealing in big business where there's, some big deal going on, the announcement will always happen, and then it'll take, an extended period of time to iron out the details. For example, in my own day job, right, I've gone through a number of companies that have been acquired and sold to other companies, and it usually gets announced, everyone agrees, everyone shakes hands, there's a big party or whatever, and then it takes weeks and months for it to finally get finalized and just to work through the lawyers and the legalese and the fine print and all that kind of stuff. That's just the reality with these deals. And people forget, although we look at these deals as, kind of cut and dry, these are very big time financial deals, not just in terms of Aaron Rodgers' contract, but in terms of just merchandising, handling the legalese, making sure they don't break in the NFL collective bargaining agreement rules. So you've got unions involved in the NFL Players Association. So this is very complicated stuff, involves a lot of lawyers, involves a lot of legalese. So it's just something that's just going to take some time to iron out the details, especially when it comes to a guy like Aaron Rodgers with his stature, his demeanor, his history, and all that kind of stuff. It just takes time. And Alan Lazard's right on the money here. The deal's going to happen. Rodgers went on the McAfee show, I think, last week and said his intention is to be a New York Jet. The Jets fully expect him to be a New York Jet. The Packers are moving on from Aaron Rodgers. They've thrown all the weight behind Jordan Love. So this deal will happen. I think the compensation, my personal opinion, is probably 99% there. I think they're probably all on the same page. They may be arguing at this point over maybe a third-round pick or a fourth-round pick, something of that stature. But I don't think it's going to be an issue at all. But I do want to bring up something else related to this. Is there has been some talk in Jets media is that, hey, are the Jets bringing in guys like Lazard, for example? Are they doing everything to make Rodgers happy in this whole saga? Are they blowing up their locker room? And none other than Sauce Gardner came out and said, in response to that, one guy tweeted, Jets need to stop filling in the older players just to make Aaron Rodgers happy. It's going to mess with the locker room dynamic. And here's Sauce Gardner's response on Twitter. I think it's really said, quote, bro, no, it's not. Relax. Unquote. So again, you've got everybody from Alan Lazard saying the deal's going to happen. You got Sauce Gardner, who in my opinion is the best player on this football team currently, saying we're happy with everything the Jets are doing to make Rodgers happy. Rodgers wants to be a Jet. The Packers want to move on. Everything's aligning for the deal to happen. It's just going to take time because it's a deal of this magnitude. They got to iron out all the fine print points. But at this point, if I'm a Jets fan, hearing Lazard come out and say this is a great sign that this deal is probably really close.